My name has not changed, for I remain Yusuf Oluwafemi Salako, popularly known as Ori David, a 500 level law student of the University of Lagos and founder of the Ori David Consult. If you are new to my channel, you may consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below and hitting that notification bell. Subscribe. Note, this is unusual. I'm not going to teach law today. Neither am I going to give you tips on how to improve your written and oral advocacy skills. But instead, I shall be giving you 6 acts of beating procrastination. 6 good acts of beating procrastination. I'm doing this based on popular demands. Why don't we just get into it now? The first thing you need to do if you want to overcome procrastination is to plan. Planning is very important. Whatever you need to do, whatever needs to be done, plan ahead. I believe that there is an axiom that says that he who fails to plan then has automatically planned to fail. As humans, we are planning. You can either plan to succeed or you plan to fail. So, plan your day. Eat that frog. You need to plan the time you want to do this, the time you want to earmark for studying, the period you want to earmark for perhaps binging movies, the period you want to earmark for doing your laundry, the period you want to earmark to complete that essay you've started, that story that you have started, or that story that you have the intention of writing. You have to plan ahead. Plan for the day. You see, 24 hours is a long period. And in these 24 hours, there is a flurry of activities. Our world has become a busy world. And if we do not plan, we may get overwhelmed and inundated by this gale of activities that surround us. Things are becoming a little bit frenzied. That is why you need to plan so that you do not start to wallow in this whirlpool of activities. Plan what you want to do when you need to do this. As the first act, I know it may sound demotic, it may sound everyday and ordinary. After all, this is not the first time you hear somebody say to you that you need to plan. But we have always planned and yet still procrastinate. Majority of us probably have made a to-do list one time or the other. But when it comes to the time for execution, suddenly the to-do list then transforms into a not to-do list. Why? Because we brush it aside and say, I will, I would, later. Still, it is a fundamental feature. It is a fundamental weapon against beating procrastination. Plan. I planned for this. I plan to have it today and to have it now. Plan. To the second act. Second act of beating procrastination is the 5 seconds rule. The 5 seconds rule. Now, this rule was laid down by Mel Robbins. So, as usual, I was surfing the internet, going through videos on YouTube, and then I came across, one particular video about Mel Robbins, about the 5 seconds rule, and I decided to watch. And ever since I watched that video, and ever since I've put into practice all what Mel Robbins said, all the tips, ever since I started to follow these tips, my life has changed. I hardly procrastinate. And what does the 5 second rule, what does it entail? Very simple. When you want to do that which you need to do, just count from 1 to 5 and get up and do it. Yes, you heard that right. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then get up and do that particular thing. Discharge that obligation. Fulfill that task after just 5 seconds. Now you may look at it that, can this actually be effective? What is so special about counting the numerals 1 to 5? How will that spur me into action? It may help you and it may not help you, but it has helped me. So when I am in class and I have to go do something after the class, immediately the class comes to an end, I see my colleagues all around. I also want to be in that gathering. Also, I want to have a nice time with my colleagues. I want to mark away and while away time. But then I have something that I need to do. And what do? I just simply say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I spur into action. Now, it will be very difficult when you start, very challenging when you're just starting. But that is the goal, or that is the essence of using the 5 seconds rule. It is to build your mental fortitude. It is to give you that strength mentally to be able to resist distractions at the count of 5. So the moment you continue to do that, you do that, your brain gets conditioned to it and it becomes a part of you. It becomes a second nature. Use the 5 seconds rule. Start today. Start now. What exactly do you need to get done now? Why don't you count from 1 to 5 and get up and do that thing? Use the 5 seconds rule. Then the third act, the number 3 act, beating procrastination, is no tomorrow. No tomorrow. Normally, I wonder how people could defer what needs to be done now till later, till tomorrow. It appears that some of us have decided to take on the job of providence, of God. Time is no friend of anyone. Andrew Marvel has said it all in his poem to his coy mistress. If only we have all the time to ourselves. If only time is not against us. If only time is not here to devour us. Perhaps we may continue to leave what needs to be done now till tomorrow. But time is no mate, no friend, no dude, no bestie of anyone. So why do you leave till tomorrow what needs to be done now? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. For today was yesterday's tomorrow. And that's which you did not do yesterday, and then you have deferred till today being tomorrow. You're still going to defer it to tomorrow. Next minute. Next second. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So have that mindset that you need to do that which you need to do now, because you are not sure whether you will see tomorrow's sun. We all pray for longevity, yes. But the immutable truth and verity about life is that life is unpredictable and anyone can drop anytime. So why don't you seize the day and act now? That is how I go around leading my life every day, believing that I need to act now, I need to walk now, I need to read now, I need to make this video now, I need to do this laundry now, because I am not sure that I may be alive to do it tomorrow. I may even be alive. How am I sure that before then I may probably not have been indisposed or off color and be unable to do that thing the next minute? Why don't you do it now? Now is what you are sure of. But leave it to chances. No tomorrow. Always put that. Bear that in mind. Commit it to your memory and let it be part of you that you need to act now. Pick up that textbook and read now. That makeup hard that you intend to do, why don't you do it now? Why are you deferring it till tomorrow? The number 4 act is say no. Yes, you heard that right. Say no. Let me explain this. You see, as we plan for ourselves, we must understand that we live in a society where we have to interact with other members of the society. And for the society to be stable, for us to achieve social stability, social advancement, as well as social progression, we must understand that there must be interaction. Humans will always interact. And flowing from this then means that humans will make requests. But I need to tell you that no one is a superman. You cannot continue to say yes, 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 yes to every request. No, you can't. You have to learn to say no. You must learn that skill of saying no, because it is a skill that is needed for human existence and survival. You have to learn to say no to people, and not just to say no. You have to learn how to say no without feeling guilty. You have planned. You are deciding to act now, to seize the day. Then someone just comes from nowhere, untouched, with the request. You cannot leave your plan and continue to say yes, 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 because you will get nothing done. Say no. You have to learn it. Now, I'm not preaching that you go all around rebuffing requests. No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be there for your people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be there for people generally. Of course, out of conscientious, philanthropic, and humanitarian mindset, of course there are things you have to also do to people. But what I'm saying is that, how about you? How about what needs to be done for yourself? Because the thing is this: if you have not put yourself in a position where you are fulfilled, where you are satisfied that yes, I said I was going to do this and I've done this, you may not be able to help or assist others. Another thing is this: that thing that you need to do, it may be that you also have to help others who have trusted in you. You need to fulfill your vow to them. So you cannot leave them, you cannot disappoint them, and then start saying yes to all the people. And you also need to understand that this is the bitter truth about life. Whether you say yes, 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 or you throw yourself all around, all about, people that will not like you will not like you. Yes, everyone is not bound to like you, because even you like everyone. So why do you continue to say yes, yes, yes. Why do you want to put yourself to be in an agreeable position to their request when it will destroy your plan? No. Except for exigencies and emergencies. Except for where it is needed. You should learn to say no. Say no to request so that you can focus on that which needs to be done. You may be looking at it, how does it affect procrastination? Yes, procrastination to me is not only when you are suffering from inertia or when you are dormant, when you're not doing anything. No, you may be doing something and yet be procrastinating. Yes, you may engage in idle thoughts, gossip. You're doing something, yet there is something very important that you need to do, something that will change your life and change the lives of those who believe and trust in you. Or you leave that which needs to be done, what is of utmost importance, then you go ahead to start doing that which is going to add no value to you. Start acceding to requests, entreaties. You need to learn to say no. Say no comfortably. Comfortably. Say no comfortably to their request. They will still come to appreciate you. You do sometimes. But when you have planned, this person comes, say no. Then you plan for that person too. Yes. That is the way I believe it should go. Now, the next arc, which is the number 5 arc, is drop that phone. Drop that phone. I cannot overemphasize this. Because you may plan, you may say you want to use the 5-second rule, it will not even work when you have refused to drop what? That phone. Our world is a busy world. Yes. We live in a time where we can access information from all over the world just by staying in a single place and then tapping, fumbling with our phones. So it is a very bad habit. There are times you wake up and the next thing you pick up is your phone. That is not just bad, that is egregious. Yes, let's call it what it is, because it is what it is. That's egregious. You cannot continue to be with your phone 24 hours. You cannot do anything except where you're using your phone to complete a task. But let's be honest with one another here. We both know that most of the times we spend on our phone, on social media. You need to detoxify. That's your social media addiction. You want to go check what? You want to go check status updates. Friends, that's the reason why you wake up and you pick up your phone. Is that the reason why you're not going to go write that story, that book that may end up being a bestseller? Is that the reason why you're going to, just because you want to check their Instagram, their status updates? Come on. See, one thing, or the pain of social media, is that there is this exaggeration, perfection of our lives. It's as if in this world, nobody knows sorrow, dejection, sadness. I am not saying that, yes, you should go on social media and then you should start crying or something. No. What I'm saying is this. Of what value are all these addictions to your phone to you when it will be at the detriment of you fulfilling a task that will add value to you? Drop that phone when it is time to work. You will still come back to it because you need avocation time for yourself to enjoy and also make use of my phone. But what I'm saying is this, that when it is time for you to work, drop it. Stop looking at status updates. Stop engaging in idle talks, gossip. Stop sobbing. Stop sobbing people. Stop going around with your moralistic hypocrisy, this holier than thou attitude. Social media, telling people what to do, what not to do, and this and that. You're wasting your time. Go and do that which you need to do. Our lives are not perfect. So stop getting frustrated just because somebody's status update is they're always full of life, which is good because we all need good vibes. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that should not be what spurs you to action to always pick up your phone and not do that which you need to do. Then the last act of beating procrastination is procrastinate. Yes, you need to procrastinate to beat procrastination. You need to procrastinate before you can feel the ills of procrastination. If you have not procrastinated, you will not know how bad it is. But I'm pretty sure that we are all at this stage, we have all procrastinated. But the point I'm trying to make is that you need to always relax. Yes, you need to relax. Don't think that after you've watched this video or any other video that you're going to watch, do not think that you are not going to procrastinate. Of course you will. You are a human being. We are humans who will always procrastinate because we have our shortcomings. We always say I will and you will not. So what I'm saying is that you need to have that mindset that yes, you are going to procrastinate. What matters is how much you procrastinate. So there are times that even when you have an assignment to do and you decided to watch a movie on Netflix, after watching the movie on Netflix, don't beat yourself too hard. You are only but a human being. You need to procrastinate. You need to flex. Yes, you need to mess up sometimes because messing up is part of life. You cannot continue to go around with yes, I've said I will do it now and I must do it now. The moment you do not do it now, the moment you procrastinate, then you start feeling horrible. No. By the time you understand that you will procrastinate, you get to appreciate it when you actually do, and then you get to now plan on how to make sure that doesn't repeat itself, even though it will repeat itself. Now, that is all I've got for you today on how to beat procrastination. Let me quickly sound a note of warning. It is not a motivational speech. It is not to aspire, to respire, to perspire. Nah. Not here to motivate you to walk. Don't walk if you do not want to walk. Procrastinate if you want to continue to procrastinate. If you do not learn by teaching, you will learn by experience. Perhaps until that very day that you lose that opportunity, courtesy of procrastination, perhaps you would learn. If you don't want to do any of this, dance. And I must also state it that it's not a one-size-fits-all. It works for me. It may work for you, and it may not work for you. The blunt, honest, frank, and candid truth. But then, you may have to at least adopt all these before you can determine whether it will work for you or they don't. Don't forget, I remain Yusuf Oluwafemi Salako, popularly known as Ovi Davis. Don't forget to stay GV. Thank you.